Today I'm changing my ball valve zero pressure water timer for my IBC tank watering system here in the garden. Okay, so first of all, what is an IBC water tank? Well, IBC is an acronym and it stands for Intermediate Bulk Container. And it's looks like this. But you have to be careful when you're using these. You can buy them used, which is a great source for if you're having to store water. But one thing to be very careful of is what it was used for before, because you don't want any toxic material residues left in your tank. So I'm down to one tank now. I've given the other one away, and I just doubled up the covers, which seems to work pretty well. So what I have coming out of the IBC water tank is a valve here, control valve, and at this valve I have a filter. So the water is going through a filter before it goes down through the water timer. It's important to make sure that you maintain your filters nice and clean. Okay, so before we get started, we need to talk about the IBC tank a little bit. Now, one of the disadvantages of having the tank is that there's very little water pressure coming out of there. So for that reason, you need to get a specific type of water timer. It seems there are maybe two basic types of water timers. There's the ball valve water timer, which is great for zero or very low water pressure systems. And then there's the other one, is kind of a solenoid or a diaphragm style of water timer, which needs a certain amount of PSI or bar pressure to activate it. One of the advantages of the ball valve system, when it turns on, you'll hear the gears grinding, you hear it making a bit of a noise. And with the diaphragm timer, it's not so much, you hear a bit of a click. So you would think that the diaphragm timer uses less energy, but it's not the case. It actually uses more, because the whole time that it's open, it's burning battery power to keep it open. So that's something to keep in mind as well. The average pressure coming out of a IBC tank is between 3 and 4 PSI. Now the timer that I'm installing today on the specification says it's good between 0 and 8 bar. So basically, if you're going to buy a water timer, do a little bit of homework, make sure you get the right one. Northern African blue tit just landed beside the camera. Okay, so right now it's watering, right? That's on. Now watch when it turns off. Sounds good, seems to be working, no? But look at that. A constant little drip. It stops closing entirely, and that little stream of water can empty out 1,000 liter tank. You've got 1,000 liters of water all over your lettuces. Just arrived, perfect timing, because I'm heading out for the weekend. This model has 2 outlets on it, so you can program them separately, which is perfect for if you have 2 different zones, like fruit trees, for example, and the pumpkin patch have different requirements than the kitchen garden, for example. So we have zone 1 and zone 2, but today I'm only hooking up one zone. So let's get into it here. Out with the old. That's not good. Teflon to the rescue. I've been told it's every plumber's best friend. And I just discovered this new technique. So you twist it up like, so it's like a little thread, and thread it around and through the threads. And then finish it off with a flat cover. Here's an example close up to see what I did here. And then finish it off with a little covering like this. Bomb proof. Once more for good measure. Okay, let's give it its first test. On, working, on, and working. Now the true test. Turn this off and turn that one off. And do they fully turn off? Yes, they do. Look at that. Next step, get the main hose hooked up to the timer and then program your watering times. Okay, so 2 o'clock. Every 12 hours for 15 minutes. Not 20. Give it 20. This one's off. This is frequency every 12 hours for 20 minutes. 156. Battery light. Well, there you are, installed. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. But as you see, I've got it sitting here outside in the sun. It's rainproof. I'm not worried about that. It's the sun I'm worried about. So let's get an old potato sack, the Potato King Edward, to cover you and protect you from the sun because it'll chew it up. So I came back the next day to see how it was working, and it was working like a charm. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for watching. Any comments, please leave them in the section. Thought I'd leave you here with a little papaya sunset. We'll see you around.